part of expanding into your full potential is allowing yourself desire. And when we don't allow ourselves to buy the things that we desire, like from our spirit going, ooh, resonance, I want this in material form, right? We are shutting our manifestation powers down. Hi, I'm Nicole Justine Reed. You've probably heard a ton of stuff about how when you buy something, you're materialistic, or we live in this huge consumerist society where, all the advertising is just like targeting, towards our insecurities and trying to get us to buy stuff. And like, we've heard this enough. Okay. So yeah, maybe that's happening. Okay. And you're still buying stuff, right? We're still all buying stuff. There are things that we need in life. There are things we want in life. And I think that we're taking this sort of idea of materialism to an extreme, and we're actually doing ourselves a disservice. And so I wanted to untangle a bit of this today because I think there are some ideas that have been collapsed and we're making one thing into another thing when it's actually several different things. So first of all, buying things is not bad. Yeah, it's not bad. And like, especially like around the holidays, if you want to buy things for people or whatever, like there's this whole big thing about how all this is like, unnecessary and all this kind of stuff. Okay, here's what it really is. It's the intention behind it, as with everything. So if you kind of grew up with a family or a family consciousness that buying things is materialistic or it's bad in some way and you shouldn't do that, it might be really hard for you to then buy things, right? It kind of feels like, you have to take care of every little thing that you have because you're going to save it forever because you shouldn't buy more. You're never going to have another one, or whatever layers of thought were in there, packed in there. On the other hand, maybe the classic thing is like your parents traveled or they were busy and they bought your love with expensive things, right? I mean, these are the extreme examples, right? Like a handmade card versus like a card versus a car, right? Or something like that, right? But we don't actually live in these worlds of extremes as much as maybe we think we do. I mean, definitely on media we do, but in our real lives it's a little bit more complex and a little bit more simple. So when you're buying something, are you buying it because you feel insecure and you need to fill some kind of hole within yourself to make yourself enough? Okay, that might be an intention for purchasing something. Are you buying something because you need it, because it's going to be functional or it's going to add more ease into your life in some way? That's another reason for buying something. Maybe you want to buy something because you just love it, because you actually just want to have it in your life because it's beautiful or it makes you feel good in some way. Not feel good from a perspective of you aren't enough without it, but feel good from a perspective of it enhances your life in some way. We are meant to use material things. We are meant to be on this physical plane. We are meant to touch things, to build things, to share our creations with each other, to make life easier and more fun and interesting. Like, do you need a million sets of dishes? No. But if you like decorating and creating a different theme for when your guests come over, maybe that's important. Do you need a huge wardrobe? Do you need it? I don't know. This is up to you, right? Do you need it for your soul, right? So like, look at the intention behind purchasing things, because I've bought things for all these reasons. I've been like stressed out and I've been like, I need to buy this, or I've been avoiding something, like there's a project I need to work on, but I'm going to go shopping instead because somehow I suddenly need this item. And these are the ways in which buying material goods distracts me from things that will actually really nourish my soul, usually, because I don't always feel good about those purchases. Maybe sometimes I do, but not always, right? But if I'm buying something because I'm like, you know what? I really want this thing. This thing is like really cool. It's going to make my life better, or it's pretty, or like I just like being around it, or it makes it easy, or whatever it is. Hallelujah, go buy that item. Like, part of expanding into your full potential is allowing yourself desire. And when we don't allow ourselves to buy the things that we desire, like from our spirit going, ooh, resonance, I want this in material form, right? We are shutting our manifestation powers down completely. And you are a manifestation being. You are here to create the world that you want to live in. You are here to manifest through your thoughts. Thoughts become things. But if you're like, oh yeah, I got the power, I'm gonna go and like manifest everything I want, but I'm not allowed to buy anything because materialism is somehow bad, man, you have just created a huge conflict inside of yourself. What are you gonna do with that? How are you gonna manifest anything? Hey, I desire something, but I can't have it. It's this huge loop and a huge trap and a huge prison that now you've just put yourself in. So pay attention to the advertising. Pay attention to, is someone making you feel bad, in which case then you need to buy something? That's not great, right? But is someone making you feel bad for then wanting to buy something? That's not great. You want that shiny new car because you just freaking love it, because it's beautiful, because you want to sit in it every single day and have a nice, easy commute? Go buy it. Enjoy it. And then see what comes after that. It's really not that big of a deal. Sometimes materialism is good. See you next time.